I'm going to talk about the biggest problem in data analytics and data science. In school, when you're studying data analytics or data science, you are faced with problems that you have to overcome with collecting data, cleaning data, analyzing and visualizing this data. And a lot of the time when we learn this stuff in school, we attribute the problems that we face in these classrooms to be the same problems that we will be facing in the future when we take on a position in data analytics or data science. But this isn't the case. You learn in school that a lot of your problems would probably come with data cleaning. And in fact, like 80% of data analytics and data science is data cleaning, not the nice, pretty visualizations that you see at the end. That's probably about 10%. And the other 10% is probably analyzing the data. And so a lot of the time you think that the problems come with cleaning the data, because in school you're given different databases and different CSV files that have either pre-cleaned data or data that can be cleaned quite easily because it's made for that teaching scenario, right? It's not real-world data. And when you get to real-world data, you find out that it's very messy and it's very unclean. And if you really want to work with it and analyze it and create visualizations, that you're going to have a tough time, much harder time than you would in school because of the fact that you're working with real data. But that isn't the hardest part in data analytics and data science. No, that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is when companies hold your data hostage. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, typically in companies that collect a lot of data, you have other companies that you're working with that collect the data for you, either through some sort of sensors or other means. And then they hold the data for you on their databases and you pay them for this service. And then you get access to this data. But they hold your data hostage. They don't just give you free access to the database and allow you to collect the data and use it and analyze it however you'd like. No, that would be too easy. They give it to you in a very complicated way. So they'll give you like a single day's worth of data in a CSV file. And then from there, you can either put it into your own database or do whatever you want with it. But you can only get 1 day's worth of data every day. Right? They don't make it easy for you to access the database that they already use. So what you actually have to do is then create some sort of scripts to collect this data that they give you in a CSV file every day and create your own database. So you have to duplicate the database that's already there because they won't allow you access to it because they're holding it hostage. Now, the way that they propose to get around this scenario is to use their own visualization tools and to use their own analysis tools. And the way they do this is they charge you money to use their tools. So they collect your data for you and they charge you for that. And then if you want access to the data, they'll give it to you, but you have to figure out really complicated scripts to create your own database to then access this data. Or you can pay them more money and you can use their visualizations tool. And this is what it is when companies hold your data hostage. That's what that means. And that turns out to be the hardest part of data analytics that I found in the field, is not actually cleaning the data. It's not figuring out different analysis and different regression models. It's not limiting multicollinearity between variables. It's not working correctly with time series data. No, it's actually the business side, which you're never really taught in school. It's working with other companies that have access to your data as well and figuring out what these tables and columns mean and making sure you get proper access to your respective data. And I think that's something that people who are interested in going to data analytics and data science should be prepared for, is the business side of that field. It's not everything is, you're not working with clean data, you're not working with friendly data, and you're also working in a business setting, and everything's not going to be prepared for you, right? You have to go out and seek that data yourself and find creative means to get access to this data. And that's what I found to be the hardest part of data analytics.